Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I've last uploaded. I've been busy with school and exams and all that. If you watched my last video, you might notice that the map is looking quite a bit different. I've made some big changes to the game and I'm here to share that with you guys today. Without further ado, let's get into the video. The first thing I wanted to work on was the map. More specifically, the area where most of the heavy machines are going to be. I started by blocking out the scene in UE5 using BSP brushes. Then I went into Blender to create the models and props. I also textured everything in Blender. My workflow was pretty much to model something in Blender and bring it into UE5 and make sure that the scaling and everything was right. And then I would texture it and make sure that it looked good in UE5. Now I'm not an artist or anything, but I'm pretty happy with how the scene turned out. There's still some weird shading with the railings and some of the models could use a lot more detail, but I'll work on improving on the map later. I also finished working on the monster's 3 abilities. For his first ability, he closes his eyes and enters a phase-like state. In this mode, he moves really fast and he can get from one point to another really quickly. During this mode, he cannot see the mannequins though. He also has a bit of a delay when he comes out of the ability. His second ability allows him to spawn a minion on the map. I'm calling a bunch of checks to make sure that the minion isn't intersecting with anything or going through any walls. The minion will patrol around the area it is spawned and will chase down a mannequin if it spots it moving. Once it gets close enough to a player, it lunges at them and latches onto a mannequin. I plan to make it so that while the minion is attached to the mannequin, the monster can see their location. But I haven't gotten around to adding that in yet. There's currently also no way to detach the minion from the mannequin, so I need to add that in as well. Lastly, for the monster's third ability, he enters a state where he cannot move. In this mode, you can see indicators that show the location of any mannequins that are currently moving. These can be seen through walls as well. The next thing I wanted to work on was adding vaulting into the game, so I got to work on the animations in Blender. I'm using these collision boxes to check if the player is close enough. Then I'm setting the player's location and rotation along with a bunch of other things to make sure that the vault animation looks proper. The monster's vault animation is a bit more complicated. I have one camera which the player looks around with, then I have a second camera that's parented to the monster's head. Then I switch between the two when the vault animation gets played. Currently, the monster's vault animation is about a second slower than the mannequins, but I'll be playing around with these values. Once I was done with this, I decided to start working on some user interface. I created a menu with some buttons for hosting and joining a game. I wanted to make it so that when players host a match, they were put into a lobby. So I got to work on a new scene with 5 positions for the players to stand. When you click on the join button in the menu, it shows you a list of all the available sessions you can join. Joining a session puts you in the host lobby, and they have a button that can start the match. That's all I have to share with you guys today. This video was pretty short as I just wanted to show all the changes I've made in the past 2 months. You can expect the next couple of videos to go into much more detail about any updates I make to the game. Nevertheless, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss any of my uploads. Thanks for watching.